I went there in April 2012, met with Mark and Mirella Roma. They took me down to this place, this huge place in Chelsea, the old Roxy discotheque and roller skating place, which they had just got. And it was interesting to come in there because Roxy was still there, all the interior and stuff, but quite rotten, and but it was like going a bit back in history. Really special feeling in the house, very strange. And they were showing me around and said that we want to change this into a big gallery space and blah blah, and I was thinking, huge, good gracious. And they wanted me to make the opening show, of course thinking of a Roth exhibition. They told me that I had free hands of what to do. They just wanted to have a big, good exhibition. And it looks like they trusted me to do that. And interesting, I said, okay, this has to be a huge show, difficult project, and very important since it would be an opening show for them there. Discussed a lot with Barry Rosen what would be feasible to do in New York, and we went back and forth with ideas and stuff. Even Wirth was not interfering much in that, except that he said, I want a bar. And so, okay, at least we had something. We had a bar, that was. So when I was asked to do this show, I wanted to do it. I said that I would be able to do it with my son Oddur and my son Einar to help. I will make a show of our collaboration, me and my father, Peter. These 20 years I worked with him. And since, it was very, very interesting that the gallery was not asking for only things that they could sell, they just wanted a good show. So I was not bound to that I had to bring in merchandise things. So I could just choose a group of paintings and installations which I thought would make sense together and fit together. And of course, bigger things, using the chance, since it was a huge place, that we had the opportunity to show big things. And so it came down to bigger installations, which we did together, and some which did alone, and certain things which rarely is possible to show because of the size of it. Doesn't fit in most museums or galleries. There was this opportunity also around this, in a way, bigger works. I could select a group of works together which makes sense together to see. So bigger paintings from the Roth Foundation in Hamburg as a loan added, and to that add bigger paintings which are from us, and a big group of prints which rarely is exhibited. And so when these bigger things came together, and it was some kind of a theme that we worked together, and then adding this point that my sons were there and we were building this bar together. So somehow within this visual theme, there was also this family thing and 3 generations working on that. In order to do this, this installing exhibition like this kind of exhibition, you are in a way partly you're creating the work while you're installing, and in order to do that, you need the right people around you, and first, that is why I wanted my sons there, because we could work without exact work schedule or whatever. We could just go on and work by the feeling. And that is the reason also why we wanted to, actually it was Otto, my son, who took me into that we would get Bjarni Grímsson to come there with us. First of all, because we always make documentation, so we are in a way creating part of the work of the bar, which Eva wanted to have. We need documentations which are shown on the bar and played there and so on. So we need anyway somebody who is professional in that and is with us the whole time, which can, in a way, live with us in this installing life. But when you have the opportunity to make an exhibition, a big exhibition in such a big space, one can start to work with the environment. It is like a whole universe of itself, and that is a great opportunity to fill the space not only with work, but with feeling. For example, to work very close with the people who are working on the show. In this case, there was a lot of staff of the gallery, apart from us, the Icelanders, that were working on that, and all of them played a role in that. The directors of the gallery, with their input, but also the technicians, the workers, which in a way put their soul into that. And as an example, when we were cooking the chocolate, and we got these artist freelancers, which were there cooking more or less the whole time we were installing for more than a month. To get their input and that they're handling it, and I told them to feel a bit free I would not direct them completely, which color to make for the sugar, or I asked them to experiment with that. And this is very interesting to work with Gallery Hauser and Wirth, because they are very open for ideas like that. They keep the doors open, so to say, which is extremely comfortable environment for artists to work in. Of course, it is based on Dieter's ideas, how to tackle things like that, and I'm just bringing it on. I'm installing this exhibition and making it with the help of the others which were working on it. Dieter is there in the air.